Yo guys, another theater paint, the one weekly dungeon I can actually afford to play now, but last week was fortunate to see that I think it's much better than the one I had to this point for my character. It's bonkers. I think it's just brilliant. Maybe one of the best. Maybe it's not, but it seems legit enough for me. It's only M+2, but oh well. It is what it is. Ooh, new transmogs, by the way, this month. There are some katanas which I really like, so I already bought them. Katanas, and there are some nunchucks, so that we got this option as well. Let's see, it's important not to lose the tank here. This tank is, by the way, 663. I mean, he should be around immortal for an M+2. Let's find out if that's a fact or not. A very interesting fact, by the way, here in Bulgaria now, is that I don't even think I used Infamous here. And there's absolutely no idea in doing that at this point. This was almost done. So, also, yeah, let's see now this one. I think the heal, by the way, is a little bit lower item level, as you can see that, and the tank compensates, so I guess it was fine. And yeah, Bulgaria is going better and better in my view, in my personal view, and many friends are experiencing the same thing. Like we don't get delusional that it's perfect, that it's like even around the best countries in the world, but it's not bad. Like it's livable, it's okay. And if you got a high salary, for example, something like even 2,000 euro, 2,000 pounds, like around 2,500 dollars, for example, dollar. Here is something like you can live well with that. Even a little bit less than that would be sufficient. But if you got like me myself, I'm paying myself from my first company around 5,000 euro, which is extremely average as a salary, literally. In most of the European countries, in the US, that will be low. I mean, low to average. It's livable with that, but you won't be feeling extremely well. By the way, when I was in New York, I was earning like 5 times more in the worst months I've been there. And that's in Brooklyn, that's not the richest parts of the city, so like, yeah, I couldn't afford the living in New York, for example, with my current salary. I can pay myself a little bit more, but you know, it's important to have some bank of your company just in case, especially in that turbulent period. So I think personally that in Bulgaria things are, well, I would say around the average, but better than ever, literally better than ever. I can easily say they're better than ever. Everything is improving, even the infrastructure. Like the infrastructure here in Bulgaria, that's the worst thing. It's like a little bit like a second world country in that matter, but that's the biggest problem and the only problem, I would say. And the corruption, yeah. But the corruption, like the corruption, the infrastructure, it's part of one big problem. But everything else is, I would say, most of the other things are like the roads, for example, and that infrastructure are very far from perfect. But I would say nowadays roads in Bulgaria are sufficient. I mean, if you are used to like the glass road in some countries, here in Bulgaria you feel like it's on the moon, like in the bad the bad side of this term, like you like there are so many. If you understand that, it's like the moon floor. It's terrible sometimes, but on the other hand, if you are used to that roads, I think they're around the best shape I have seen them in since childhood, and I'm already 33, so I've got some experience, and I've traveled all around most of the Western countries, like most of the easy to get to countries, plus the US. Several states there, mostly New York and Chicago I have visited, and big Bulgarian companies there, literally. Whole communities, it's amazing, like, and people are super chill about it, like they have adapted very well to the climate, both socially and like, you know, in economic terms. So yeah, I guess. But so, of course, the salaries, when I'm talking about that, the salaries in Bulgaria have always been low. Like the average salary is around 1,000 euro, maybe even a little bit more than that already. But people are still unhappy, of course. That's a very low salary. I couldn't afford a living by that, for example, for the whole family. And yeah, even with two of those, it would be almost impossible. And yeah, to live well, like you can live, you can survive, but you can survive with that maybe in most of the parts of the world, if I have to be honest, but it will be only a survival, and it would be a harsh survival, like on the edge of like you wouldn't wanna live that life very much if you are not super adapted to that kind of like. Oh no, I can't. Yeah. No, almost. Yeah, I got distracted a little bit. Yeah, okay. Good. So yeah, but like I said, it has been like at least twice worse. I didn't miss. I missed only one of those. I can't believe it. It has been like only before around 12 years. It was twice worse than that. Like the average salary was around 600 euro, for example. It's getting so much better. Now, we all know about the inflation and all that stuff. The volatility now is really a factor. The economy collapse in so many regions. But if I have to be honest, it has never been very well. But the economy in Bulgaria is not collapsing. Just the other way around. It's growing, it's raising. Now this year will be at a slower pace, but it has been around between 3 and 7% per year annually. So yeah, oh, something is. Yeah, we got one more boss to go. Okay, let's go. So yeah, okay, now I have to run. play that the best way possible, right? Still work. And so many people are hating the reality here. Like they are super angry. You know, I am okay with them being angry if they want to change the things for the better. But they have just lost hope. Like they're like some nihilism, like nihilistic movement is all around here. Like some people want dictatorship. Can you believe that? I really can't. I can't believe that I'm living in a country who has just like happily left that state of like post-communistic country, and we have started living well. We have started enjoying life after all this stress, after all these years of absolute terror. It wasn't the worst regime here in Bulgaria, it's true, okay. Some of the other Eastern European countries had it worse. Okay, that's true, that's a fact, but still, it's nowhere. It was nowhere around good. It was practically you couldn't do anything. The salaries were much worse than nowadays. Yeah, you could afford like the paying, like you had some purchasing power. That's true. You could like afford some kind of life. I'll say. Alright. Yeah. But it was basically it was awful, and most of the old people know that. But some of them are like, I don't know what's that, the propaganda. Yeah, like we got some even Eastern propaganda, and not only. Maybe there are a complex of factors. I really don't know how does that happening, but there are so many people in that narrative that it was better under the communistic regime, which is absolutely terrifically wrong. Now, I have lived most of my life in the capital. Like I have visited many other places in Bulgaria. I got friends from other like cities, even towns, some villages, and they're also kind of happy. Like, and I know many people that left the country, like immigrated mainly for education purposes, and some just decided to stay in other European countries. Most of my friends most probably went to the US because it's the most competitive environment and best paid, like by far, even much better than most parts of Europe. I would say like the richer states, not only the richest, not only like New York, California, Arizona, and so on, but the richer states, like most of them have salaries, for example, wages much bigger than that in Europe, in Western Europe. The business environment here in Bulgaria is perfect. I got 2 companies running. Not much problems for the organization. Of course, we got only around 6.5 million people. From them, only like, let's put it that way, for each and every business there would be around the maximum of around, let's put it that way, between 1 million and 2 million potential customers, which is of course a drawback, but it's still affordable. You can still make a good living with like the people. Oh, let's concentrate a little bit. The people here that are actually being able to pay now for like more expensive and of course better quality products and services. So it's never been easier to make business in Bulgaria. Never, like by far. The funds are already in the billions, like risk capital funds, and there's European projects financing many local businesses, individuals, and NGOs, so all that stuff. Like it's literally never been easier in Bulgaria to live a good life. Like in many factors, similar or even in certain parts of it, in certain matters, maybe better than in Western Europe, in many countries there nowadays, especially nowadays. So many people are returning back home, many Europeans, especially the older gentlemen, ladies, of course. That's like you can, yes, it's like they'll have bigger pensions for the standard here, like they'll have their pensions from, for example, UK, Germany, France, and those are the three main countries of fellow citizens that are moving here in Bulgaria, that are deciding to move for good here, like to emigrate here, and like from that information only you can understand it is getting so much better in every possible way, in most ways. Of course, maybe there are exceptions, and still people are super angry. They want to change it, like to make the drastic change, and they can't even understand. Maybe some of the people are so like literally not literal, like they lack basic literacy, financial, especially that they can't understand that if something of the sort like authoritarian regime or something like that happens here in Bulgaria, it will cost the country like 30 years of financial economical growth. So it will be annihilated, all that shit. It will be just put back to zero, like restarted in the bad, very bad way. So yeah, IT here, like the main sectors here are like IT and like from which people are and the country is making most of its capital. Like we got like 30% of the people here are IT related, have IT related professions at least, 36 if I'm not wrong, something like that, and many female citizens, by the way. It's like we got around, I don't know, 40% of those ITs are actually female, which is significant even for Europe. There are many problems, of course. For example, nowadays Bulgaria has close to none best sportists, like worldwide famous sports. We got some nowadays. We got some. There was a period that we had no, like really for several Olympics we had really no medals. I think one or two of them, maybe two of them. Now we had some gold once again last time. So yeah, there are aspects that, for example, for the pride of the Bulgarian now, he can be so prideful in that manner with our sports. But after all, this is not something that how to put it in you don't need that instantly. It's not an urge, you know. It's good to have that, but with the standardizing, at some point when we got enough capital here, like the country will most probably have enough to start boosting the sports again. And yeah, plus there are we got, by the way, now a man in Formula 3, like the, you know, Formula supercars. I don't know if that's the right term. It's like that in Formula, like it's like that in Bulgaria, Formula 1. You know, Schumacher. I'm not a very big fan. I have watched races, but I just don't have time for this kind of stuff nowadays. As an entrepreneur, it's very hard to do all those things. I'm mainly playing computer games from time to time. That's how I relax. It's still some kind of doing so. So just watching, maybe from time to time I'm watching UFC with friends. Great fun indeed. That's like one of the most competitive and like maybe the most interesting sport nowadays, and it's so complex. It's so, if you know about it, and I'm a martial artist, so it's extremely interesting to see all those best in the world like fighters against each other. It's extremely interesting for me because I'm understanding the art in that and the sport in that. It is very, like, the whole challenge is significant. But yeah, so that's a very interesting phenomenon, how people are getting angrier and sad, like that they are in a worse condition. They're sadder than ever, so to speak. And yeah, it's very strange because practically it should be the other way around. And there are many people that are super happy and they are living their, let's say, not their dream, but close to that. There are Bulgarians that are living their actual dream, of course. But even those that aren't, like, exactly, they still are doing better than ever. Like the intelligent people, like and not only the intelligent, the strong, the agile, all of the people that have some talent, you know, that has some skills, and they are doing better than ever. Maybe not all of them. For example, science is not in a very good place nowadays, but it's getting better, even in that particular sphere. Because I'm in the academy, I got 2 master's degrees, but I'm very close to people that are PhDs and even like professors, etc., that are teaching in the Bulgarian universities, not only Bulgarian, by the way. I even got some friends in Harvard, in Cambridge, in Oxford. So yeah, they're on the same opinion. For example, they wouldn't return so easily because all of their work is like there, and they deserve that. Like that, they have fought for that. Literally, they have surrounded themselves with people that are helping them reach their targets in their communities. In those prestige universities, colleges, and places of science. And not only in Switzerland, Germany. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Quantum physics, one of my friends. But most of those people still think like Bulgarians is getting so much better, and now some people haven't were skipping visits in Bulgaria because it was in a bad state in their eyes, and now they are visiting more often ever in the last, like, for example, 10 years now. Before, around, like, I don't know, 4 to 5 years, they started to come more often, like, and to visit with, you know, with happiness, with impatience, like, oh, that wasn't nice. I didn't expect it to be in that direction. I think that's a druid, so yeah, we can revive. Oh my god, can he do it? Maybe we'll have to reset. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Yep, okay. Never mind, I'll still time it. It will be my only dungeon for this week, so it doesn't matter so much, I guess. And yeah, but like I said, people like, I don't know what's happening, and they're acting blindly, like they don't see the opportunities, which are so many and are coming in so many ways and colors. If you are once again, for example, you wanna go in the construction, you know, construction work. Salaries here are like, I would say, no less than well, alluring, you know. Like it's some of the construction workers here are getting around, for example, 3 to 4 to 5,000 euro easily. Whoa! Oh no! I made a mistake. I got. We messed it again. Okay, is this a mechanic? Don't we have to stick together? I think it was like that back in the days, maybe. Something has changed. Anyway. We'll still time it if everything's right. So yeah, that's a very disturbing phenomenon. I hope the propaganda don't get to, like, most of the people. Like, I hope we maintain our oil-friendly policies and timing to the European Union and Europe, the Western world, and so we can become even better as nation, because here it is very easy with that population, and it's a small country, it can become actually a rich country, like really rich country. Maybe not like Switzerland, but we got big potential. Like, maybe the sky is the limit, I don't know. Maybe even Norway. Norway is big target. That's something like Sweden, for example. It could be possible. At the certain point. I don't, maybe. It's possible. We can at least aim there, and even if we get to the half of the way, halfway there, it'll still be advantages. Okay, you understood. I hope. Anyway, so yeah, that's my comment for today's video. I almost done that boss. A little bit sophistication most probably goes to me. And this will be today's video. That's my comment. Bulgaria is a nice place to live in nowadays. I would say like above the average in the worldwide, and I would say around the average in Europe maybe. It depends on who you are and what you actually want, but beautiful nature. There are all seasons here. Like we got a good hot summer and nice cold winter. So we got both all the snowboard, ski, etc. sports, the winter sports, and we also got the and we also got the summer, the beaches on the east side of Bulgaria, the Black Sea. We got also surf schools like windsurfing, all kind of surf actually, kite and like Hawaiian style. And yeah, we got everything. We got the mountains. So I would say if you just want to visit and see what's happening in Bulgaria, there are so many videos. I am strongly recommending that. And if you want a place to live or at least several months or something like that, just to chill or just to like have an environment of that sort, you have to check. Sofia is a very big city actually. It's one of the biggest European cities in top 50, I think. It's strange, but that came to fruition as a fact, I think. Even if it's not top 50, it's a very big city with like advanced infrastructure. It's a normal capital, even more than that. And so if you always hear like those angry Bulgarian people, like most probably they got some psychological drama happening there, and that they are most probably conforming other people here in Bulgaria, because that's a narrative. That it's very bad. And if it's very bad, it's because people got that mood. Like that's actually one of the worst things in Bulgaria, that people are super like gray, always in the gray or darker gray mood, like they are not seeing the colors, the beauty of today's world here, even in Bulgaria, and the options. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you soon enough. That will be most probably tomorrow. Bye bye, see you.